So why do you like this ritual?
Ah, well, they have great songs. Ever
Yeah.
since they've been formed, they've had great songs, haven't they, Glenn?
Yeah.
They don't.
And the first album was brilliant, and the second album was brilliant, and the third album was even better. So we've liked them
Well,
since
that's
they formed
debatable.
in 1987,
Yeah.
and they've been great, and they're probably one of the best live bands that I've seen.
They actually play the music instead of all the sort of synthesised rubbish as well. So it's
It's a good
actually-
live band. They like interacting with their audience as well.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce to you the biggest band in West Yorkshire, all the way from Bradford. The band that likes to go the full 9 inches. This breaks the wall! Get off!
Gordon, why don't all that council point to the microphone?
I've known members of the band for about 10 years, on and off, since middle school, really. I've seen Kevin around.
Does he ever speak to you?
No, I don't think he particularly likes me. He tends to take the mick out of me. Jimmy doesn't really like me either, I don't think. When I was in a band, we borrowed his drum kit once without asking, and he was a bit annoyed about that.
All right. You coming in for a cup of tea or what? You know. Just like how the trees, like, you know, lay on the. Hey George, am I boring you or what? Yeah. This is this statue here. This is of my wife and our pet dog Shiva, but it passed away, you know, early this year. It's a great shame. I just had to move away from the area to get away from the memory of it. So here's my house, you know, I love it. It's me, I mean, I haven't been inside as I say, but I think it's gonna be a new start for me, you know. You know, I really love this house already, you know. It's beautiful. Just look at the way the Georgian architecture plays on that. Beautiful, I love the windows, they're beautiful. Oh my God, this is a good house. This is a really good looking house.
Yeah, I've known Sam and Simon and George for quite a long time, middle school. Yeah. And they live in the village where I live, in Thornton.
Yeah. What would you say about them?
They're a nice group of lads. Simon's a bit strange, but Sam's balmy.
Hi Sam, quite a bit of place. Do you want one? Go on then. Do I get a pint? Alright, get a
Yeah, well, it took a lot of deciding on to find a name. We were originally called Frontrunner for a couple of years. We didn't like that; it sounded a bit tame, really. Decided we wanted a change of name. That was just one of many suggestions. What I liked about it was, well, a number of things. I like it, a sort of sense of ambiguity in it, really, because you could take it as a kind of social comment about talking about life being ritualised in the sense of being routinized. So you can take a kind of pessimistic slant, or you could take a But on the other hand, I quite like the sort of sense of danger and subversiveness in it. Like, I remember once handing out leaflets. Somebody came up to me and said, hey, this ritual, you know, you're into the occult, and you actually keep so many rituals on stage. And I quite like the fact that, you know, it creates that image of something a bit underhand. But at the same time, what I said to him was that, you know, there's no ritual on stage. The gig itself is Well, I think ghost dancing was inspired in part by the Indian ghost dance movement, by what I'd read about that. So it connects into the idea of somehow a band or a gig being something more than just an entertainment, something that's expressive of some kind of higher experience, some communion between a group of people. It's almost, there's an ambiguity in that song, like a lot of my songs, between sort of utopian ideal of perhaps expressive of the ideals of sort of primitive communism about solidarity and mutuality and just sharing and almost a sort of childlike, naive ideal of communism or what that means, which it doesn't have to be communism. You could be sort of Christian ideal of brotherhood, but on the other hand, ghost dancing, as well as most of my songs, there's a tension in them between that and between a sort of more realist side to them, which it tends to be rather pessimistic and rather cynical about modern life and about the impact of modern life on any kind of true solidarity between people. The fact that it's disintegrating of community, the fact that it's alienating. That comes across in ghost dancing, like other ones, like All Fall Down, is again the same kind of thing. We could call it our nursery rhyme because it's, on the one hand, it's idealistic in a childlike sense, and on the other, it's very damning of that idealism and very pessimistic about the chances of some utopian ideal actually coming about. So.
That's better. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
In every word, lingers on.
free in the land of bigotry, compromise.
So why do you like this Rituals music?
Well, I think it's the sound really they make. I've seen some of their live performances on TV and they've been very good really. I like classical music as well. I've seen Sky in concert when they've played together with John Williams. And then going back years ago, I like the Beatles and the Stones and people like that as well. So I've got a varied interest really in music.
Jimmy met playing football for Roydmount Middle School, and it all started off from there really.
Yeah, it did.
He was the left winger and I was the left midfielder, and we got talking about music and everything. It's basically just 4 people with very different musical interests coming together and forming
Football
a band
interests.
with common interests in football and
Soccer.
yeah, and social sciences.
Best-selling albums of all time. Is that right?
Well, I'd call it 2 ways really.
Yeah.
There was this Ritual, no, Front Runner and Test Stacks.
Yeah.
And that's where Kevin and I come in basically.
No, but you don't just come in.
Well, we formed a basically whole new attitude, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
More than just an attitude, it was a way of life in fact.
It was. We lived, I think, for 17 years like that.
That was 17 years.
Yeah.
We stayed in a shack out in the Outer Hebrides. Just wrote songs and recorded them, and
it was called a summer farm actually. I was eating a lot of pizzas.
We've done an album about politics, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
Let's Revolve it's called. It's all about political and economic and social change throughout the world. It just revolves and cycles, and thus let's revolve.
Yeah, because of the earth. Spinning around.
Living in Bradford in particular, I suppose it is almost a sort of contradictory place to live, because you're in the middle of a depressed industrial region, you know, with high unemployment, mills closing down, a lot of derelict buildings in the centre of Bradford, and all around us, you know, especially in the inner city areas. But yet again, you know, out here, of course, it's almost you know, 6 miles out of Bradford, you're in the countryside really, and get a bit further out, you know, in the middle of the Yorkshire Dales and the beautiful parts of the country. So I suppose that you could say that the tension in my songs perhaps reflects that, you know, sort of rural urban dialectic that you're so conscious of here.
Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. 2, 3, and when they were up, they were up, they were up, and when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. When they were up, they were up. When they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down again.
Have you ever seen them live?
Yes, I have. Saw them in Stafford about 3 years ago live, and they were very, very good. It was a really good laser show, very loud music and everything. It was lovely. It was great, a really great show.
Hello all you ladies and gentlemen out there, it's very nice to see you all here at Manchester. I've never been to Manchester before actually. Seems like quite a nice place, all full of students and things actually. Anyway, if you'd like to clap, this one's called Industrial Waste and it's one of our personal favourites, so thank you.